Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt that something was off? There was no shouting, no obvious threat, yet a subtle chill lingered in the air. A creeping sense of unease settled in your gut, as if an unseen force was pressing against your instincts, warning you that someone was not quite right. They don't need to frown or glare to make you wary. In fact, they often do the opposite. They smile warmly, speak gently, and make you feel welcomed. But deep down, you sense that something isn't adding up. At first, you ignore it. Maybe you're just imagining things. Maybe you're being too judgmental. But then, little things start to stand out. Their words don't quite match their actions. Their compliments feel oddly backhanded. A seemingly innocent gesture makes you question whether it was intentional or just a coincidence. And before you know it, you've been drawn into a web of deception, manipulation, and quiet control. The scariest thing about malevolence isn't its presence, it's its disguise. Evil rarely walks into your life with a warning sign. It doesn't announce itself with a villainous grin or a menacing glare. Instead, it creeps in wearing kindness, wrapped in generosity, hiding behind a charming facade. And by the time you recognize it for what it truly is, it may already be too late. But here's what you need to know. No manipulator is perfect. No matter how skilled they are at deception, they always leave clues. They may lie, but they can't hide forever. They may act kind, but their true nature will always seep through the cracks. And if you know what to look for, you can spot them before they get too close. In Stoic philosophy, we are taught that while some things are beyond our control, others are entirely within our power, including the ability to discern who is worth our trust and who isn't. Learning to see people for who they truly are is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. It will protect your peace, guard your mind, and ultimately safeguard your life from unseen dangers. Today, I'm going to walk you through 6 powerful signs that will help you identify toxic, manipulative individuals before they have a chance to harm you. Once you understand these, you won't just avoid damage, you'll reclaim your power. Before we dive in, if you're ready to build an unshakable mindset and take control of your life, make sure to hit subscribe now. Let's get started. 1. They twist reality one lie at a time. Imagine this. You're in a conversation with someone, and they tell you a small, seemingly harmless lie. Maybe they exaggerate a story, tweak a detail, or conveniently forget something important. It feels insignificant at first. After all, who doesn't stretch the truth once in a while? But then, as time goes on, you start noticing a pattern. Their stories keep shifting. One day, they swear by something with absolute certainty, and the next, they completely deny ever saying it. At first, you try to make sense of it. Maybe they misspoke. Maybe you misunderstood. But then it happens again, and again. And every time you confront them, their reaction is the same. They deflect, play the victim, or make you question your own memory. You're overthinking it that never happened. You must be confused. And that's when you realize this isn't an accident. This is a game. A master manipulator doesn't just lie to deceive you. They lie to control you. They don't merely distort the truth. They rewrite reality itself. And the scariest part, over time, you start believing them. One moment, you're sure of what you saw, what you heard, what you experienced. Next, you're drowning in doubt. Did that really happen? Am I remembering this wrong? Am I just being paranoid? This mental fog isn't an unfortunate side effect, it's the goal. A confused mind is easier to control. A shaken confidence is easier to break. The most dangerous liars don't lie, because they need to, they lie because they can. It's not about avoiding consequences. It's about testing boundaries. It's about seeing how far they can push you, how much they can twist the world around you before you stop trusting yourself altogether. And that is where the real danger lies. A Stoic understands that clarity of mind is sacred. If someone is constantly warping your reality, they are not just dishonest, they are a threat. Every interaction with them becomes a psychological battleground, draining you of your energy, your confidence, and your ability to discern truth from fiction. So ask yourself, do you often second-guess your own memories around them? Do you feel unsettled, as if something is always just slightly off? If so, take a step back, guard your mind, and most importantly, trust your instincts. Because someone who thrives on deception will never give you the truth. You have to find it for yourself. 2. They thrive on chaos. Picture this. You're at a gathering, surrounded by laughter and light-hearted conversations. Everything feels peaceful until they step in. At first, it's subtle. A comment here, a raised eyebrow there. Then, before you know it, tension spreads like wildfire. Two people are suddenly arguing. A misunderstanding has spiraled out of control, and that once warm atmosphere now feels suffocating. And where are they? Sitting back, watching, soaking it all in, like an artist admiring their masterpiece. Some people don't just stumble into conflict. They seek it out. While most of us try to resolve misunderstandings, avoid unnecessary fights, or at the very least, maintain a sense of peace, these individuals need drama like oxygen. They don't just witness chaos, they orchestrate it. They drop casual, loaded statements, subtly twist words, and plant doubts in people's minds. Then they step away, letting the tension build, pretending to be the innocent bystander. And when the explosion finally happens, there's a flicker of satisfaction in their eyes, a barely noticeable smirk as they watch relationships strain under the weight of the disorder they so carefully engineered. They might disguise their actions under the guise of honesty, I just tell it like it is, or curiosity, I just had to ask. But make no mistake, this isn't about the truth. This isn't about curiosity. This is about control. Because to them, conflict is not just entertainment, it's power. A person who delights in discord is a person who cannot be trusted. They don't crave connection. They crave division. They don't seek resolution. They seek destruction. And if you let them too close, you'll find yourself constantly walking on eggshells, never knowing when the next explosion will come, but knowing who will be at the center of it. So ask yourself, is there someone in your life who always seems to stir the pot? Someone who thrives in the tension, who fuels misunderstandings rather than fixing them? If so, take a step back. Protect your peace. Because life is too short to be a character in someone else's twisted drama. Three, they lack empathy, and they don't even try to fake it. Empathy is the invisible thread that connects us. It's what makes us pause when we see someone in pain, what urges us to offer comfort, what allows us to share in both joy and sorrow. It's the foundation of every meaningful relationship. But some people, they don't just lack empathy, they reject it. Imagine confiding in someone about a deeply painful experience. You open up, expecting even a flicker of understanding, a simple nod, or a few words of reassurance. Instead, they shrug it off, change the subject, or worse, mock you. They might say, "Oh, stop being dramatic," or "that's nothing compared to what I've been through." When you succeed, they don't celebrate with you. They seethe in quiet resentment. When you suffer, they don't console you. They might even smirk, as if your pain is amusing. And if you dare to point out their coldness, they turn it back on you. "I can't be responsible for your feelings." Make no mistake, this isn't just insensitivity. This is a calculated lack of care. They don't see people as individuals with emotions and struggles. They see people as tools, useful when needed, disposable when not. Think about it. Have you ever been around someone who seemed completely indifferent to your emotions, no matter how much you were struggling? Have they ever found amusement in your pain or acted resentful of your happiness? If so, don't waste your time trying to make them care. You can't teach a stone to feel warmth, and you can't teach a heartless person to have compassion. 4. They always play the victim even when they're the villain. Nothing is ever their fault. Ever, if they fail at something, someone sabotaged them. If they lash out at you, you made them do it. If they lie, manipulate, or betray, it's because you forced their hand. They have mastered the art of victimhood, and they wield it like a weapon. Picture this. You confront them about something hurtful they did. Maybe they spread a lie about you. Maybe they broke a promise. You expect an apology, or at least some acknowledgement of their actions. But instead, they twist the narrative. You become the villain, and they become the wounded party. Suddenly, you're apologizing. You're the one feeling guilty. This isn't an accident. It's manipulation. They do it because it works. Because if they can make you feel like the bad guy, they can continue their behavior without consequence. And worst of all, they surround themselves with enablers, people who buy into their self-pity, who rush to defend them, who shame anyone who dares to hold them accountable. A mature person owns their mistakes, but a toxic person, they rewrite reality to make themselves the perpetual victim. Don't fall for it. If someone constantly avoids responsibility and shifts blame onto others, they aren't misunderstood. They're manipulating. 5. They isolate and control you slowly and methodically. At first, it doesn't feel like control. It feels like a concern. "I just don't think they're good for you. I'm the only one who really understands you. You know you can't trust them like you trust me." Little by little, they start pulling you away from others. They plant seeds of doubt, make you question the motives of your friends, subtly criticize your family. And before you realize it, you've drifted. You stop reaching out to people. You start second-guessing the relationships you once cherished. And they become the center of your world, the voice in your ear, the one who decides who is good for you and who isn't. Then the control tightens. They start criticizing you more often, your choices, your dreams, even the way you speak or dress. You begin to shrink under their gaze, questioning your own worth. This is not love. This is not friendship. This is a trap. No healthy person tries to control you, diminish you, or cut you off from the people who care about you. If someone in your life is making you feel smaller, lonelier, and more dependent on them, walk away before you forget what freedom feels like. 6. You feel drained and depleted around them every single time. Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling completely wiped out, like you just ran a marathon, but instead of that exhilarating sense of accomplishment, all you feel is exhaustion? Like someone reached inside you and drained every last drop of energy, enthusiasm, and peace of mind. That's not a coincidence. That's not just how life is. That's what happens when you're around an emotional parasite. These people may not always be outright cruel. They may not scream, insult, or create obvious chaos. But their presence alone feels heavy, like a dark cloud that follows you long after they're gone. They bring an atmosphere of negativity, constant complaining, and endless problems that, conveniently, never seem to have solutions. At first, it might seem harmless. You listen to them vent, offer advice, try to be a good friend. But over time, you start noticing patterns. They unload all their issues onto you, but never ask how you are doing. Every conversation somehow turns into a therapy session for them. When you try to share something about your own life, they quickly turn the topic back to themselves. They always have a crisis, and somehow, it always becomes your responsibility to fix. No matter how much you give your time, your emotional support, your energy, it's never enough. And then, one day, you realize something strange. You start dreading their calls, their messages, their presence. Your stomach knots up when you see their name pop up on your phone. You hesitate before answering, and after spending time with them, instead of feeling uplifted, you feel exhausted, mentally foggy, and emotionally drained. This is your body's way of sending you a message. Listen to it. Because here's the truth. The right people, the ones who truly care about you, don't leave you feeling empty. They don't make you feel like you're carrying the weight of their world while neglecting your own. Healthy relationships, whether friendships, family bonds, or romantic partnerships, should be a two-way street. There should be give and take, mutual support, and a sense of ease. So take a step back and ask yourself, who in your life leaves you feeling drained instead of fulfilled? Who leaves you questioning your worth instead of reinforcing it? Who constantly takes from you but rarely gives back? If someone in your life consistently makes you feel exhausted, anxious, or emotionally depleted, then no matter how much history you have with them, no matter how much you once cared, it may be time to step away. How to protect yourself? Trust your instincts. Your intuition is often more accurate than you think. If something feels off when you're around someone, don't ignore that feeling. Your mind and body send warning signals when you're exposed to negative energy. Trusting yourself is the first step in protecting yourself from toxic relationships. Set clear boundaries. Don't let anyone overstep the limits you've set. Toxic people often try to control and manipulate you by pushing past your boundaries. Learn to say no without feeling guilty. A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect, not possession or coercion. Surround yourself with positive people. Spend time with those who make you feel safe, comfortable, and valued. The environment you surround yourself with has a significant impact on your mental well-being. If you're constantly around negativity, you'll eventually start doubting yourself. On the other hand, being with positive people will help you grow and feel happier. Don't try to change others. The truth is, you can't change someone who doesn't want to change. If a person repeatedly shows toxic behavior, disregards your feelings, and refuses to improve, the best thing you can do is accept that reality. Don't waste your time and energy trying to save them. You'll only end up hurting yourself more. Be ready to walk away if necessary. Sometimes the only and best solution is to distance yourself from unhealthy relationships. Not everyone in your life deserves a place in it. If someone continually hurts you, manipulates you, or drains your energy, Don't hesitate to cut them off. You don't owe anyone endless patience, especially when it comes at the cost of your peace. Your life is yours to protect. Never let anyone dim your light or make you feel like you're not enough. Guard your mental and emotional well-being, because peace of mind is priceless, and no one can take it away unless you allow them to.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.